I really don't know if you have watched this video or not, but trust me, if you have not watched this video of Julius Malema inside the court, I'm going to give you one more opportunity for you to discover for yourself who's Julius Malema and what is capable of Julius Malema. Because, guys, we can all see how a lot is being said about the man Julius Malema. But I think Julius Malema, he have reached to the point of demonstrating to the entire world, not only to South African, of course, not only to African continent, fellow brothers and sisters over there, no, but I'm talking about the entire world, in order for them to understand that it is possible indeed in this life, in this world, for a man or a woman to make it. It does not matter whether you went to school of expensive studies. It does not matter, because Julius Malema have just proved to the world that is a significant public figure that the world needs in our days today. Guys, I don't want to say much. I want you to pay attention to this video more careful. Have watch and listen for yourself on how Julius Malema managed to embarrass this state lawyer who was asking him the questions. Watch this video until the end, then I'll be back with more analysis.
This little demonstration was discussed, Mr. Malema, with Jock. The likelihood is that we would not have been here, you would not have been coming to this court for 5 years.
No, you brought me wrongly here, and you know that. Either you want to build your career with my name, using my name, and destroy my reputation, and destroy the future of my children and my wife. You know very well that you brought me here wrongly. Look at all the 19 statements that you have led before this court. No one can associate me with any wrongdoing. I cannot regret having done nothing wrong. I possessed a toy. It requires no license. It requires nobody's permission for me to use it at any time. Well, if that was a requirement, I would have complied with the law. Like the person you brought here of the job, who said this was the best team ever, the most disciplined and highly cooperative.
Mr. Malema, may I request that we maintain the mutual respect we had for one another since the beginning of this trial up to now.
What do you mean by that?
Just a request that I'm having.
What do you mean by that? You brought me here for 6 years for no issue. And that is not disrespectful. It's robust, but it's not disrespectful. I'm being honest. You have put this court in this predicament because you could have taken a decision when you took over the case. When the first prosecutor left, you could have taken over the case and made a decision on your own independently and objectively. You refused to do that. It was you in the argument of 174 who said, had you known the facts you know now about Larry Mabunda, you would have charged him. That on its own should have told you there is something wrong here. And as an objective prosecutor, declined to proceed with something that has got loopholes. I'm not being disrespectful, Your Worship. I'm being honest. And I'm telling my truth as I see it.
In hindsight, this idea of having this particular demonstration at the particular stadium, Mr. Malema, what I'm trying to say to you is that if that was discussed with Jock, it would have been easily resolved that this was indeed a toy firearm, as you claim that you used on the night in question.
My brother, there was no need, because no license is required, no permission is required. You have not led any evidence that suggests there was a need for a permission to be acquired before you use a toy gun. Police officers in their different ranks, including some aspects who came here, they've made it very clear. You require no license to use a toy. Your Worship, everything that required a permission of the job went past the job. And who is the witness for us here? Is the job person who came here and said they were the most compliant, disciplined people I've ever dealt with. and had very good words to say about our Secretary General.
Thank you. You also testified regarding the bodyguards that have always been present.
Absolutely.
Is that correct?
Yes.
You still haven't been able to establish the name of the bodyguard that you showed yesterday on the video footage.
You can ask me the name, I will give it to you with ease.
Do you know it?
Yes, Kari. Warrant Officer Kari. Khari. There were actually two. The other one is Chauge.
I'm so busy with the
Oh.
KHI.
Khari.
The second one?
Chauge. Chauge, C-H-A. Okay.
You also said that if there was anything untoward, they would have acted on that stadium if that was indeed a real firearm. Is that correct?
Absolutely, and my witness is, I don't know what you call him, Colonel Swart Boy, who said in his evidence in chief here that had something happened wrongly in front of those people, they had a duty to take an action against him. I'm paraphrasing, I'm not quoting him verbatim.
Mr. Malema, these statements was read relating to the bodyguards were read to Colonel Swartboy when he was testifying. I'm going to go through it again. Well, the one of Andile Kume.
Yes.
He states that I hereby states in English under oath he gives his rank as the sergeant in the South African Police Service. He's stationed at the Protection Security Services in East London. He hereby confirms, unless the context, I don't want to read through the legalities, I just want to go to the crux of his statement if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's A65. I'm going to start with the first paragraph from the top, where he says that my colleague and I, known as Sergeant Nzelani, also stationed at the Protection Security Services in London, was at East London Airport on 21st July 2018, awaiting the arrival of Mr. Malema and his dignitaries. 3 colleagues from the National Protection Security Officers, known as Collins, Chauke, and Gary, joined us at the East London Airport on the mentioned date. On 28 July 2018, I was the leading vehicle alone, with Collins driving Mr. Malema, Julius Malema, and Sergeant Zelani and Kari as the backup vehicle. We departed from the Julius Malema accommodation to the Sisa Dukasha Stadium, Dansani, East London, and stated in the above formation. On our arrival at the stadium, myself and Sergeant Zelani were not allowed into the designated stage area and remained outside. During the evening late, we were allowed inside the designated area where the detailed vehicles was parked. At no stage did I witness any shooting or enter the stage area. He said I issued with a Glock 9mm. I don't think the remainder of that paragraph is relevant to whatever, but he says that at no stage did he enter that area or the stadium.
We'll have to read it again. I mean, you are the one who's reading it. He says, were later allowed into the designated, and then you say, after reading that, you say, he says, at no stage was he ever allowed. He says, were later allowed into the designated area, and I've not seen anything wrong.
Where the vehicles was parked. He didn't say on the stage, he says where the vehicles was parked.
Your worship, were not allowed in the designated area. Later were allowed into the designated area. So where were the cars parked all along? Where?
Can I ask
Because
you?
the story is that once they drop you off, you go around the stage. Both the driver of the main car and the backup car will now take the cars right behind the stage. Because as part of protection protocols, is that in a case of danger, you must be rescued from the stage right into the car and escape. Or you're going to be rescued into the car when you still have to run to the parking and there is some bus which has blocked your car. Always, the VIP cars are parked in a manner that, in a way, without saying, they're preparing escape. That's why when they arrive, they might be facing the direction opposite the gate, but they will have to turn them around to face the gate. Because when the need for the escape comes, there will not be time to turn the cars around. They must always be in a state of readiness for escape.
Can I ask you, Mr. Malema, where was these cars parked?
Behind the stage.
Behind.
Yes, behind the stage. And Your worship, I mentioned to you 2 names. Of all the 5 that were there, I mentioned to you 2 names. That of Kari and Chauke, that they were on the stage. There might be 5, out of 5 of them, 2 ordinarily will be drivers. It will be a driver of the main car and a driver of the backup. And the rest of the 3 deploy each other, position themselves in such a way that they don't lose contact with the body.
With the body to drive.
Yes. And your worship, if you were to ask me who were the drivers, like the names he's reading from the Eastern Cape, I don't know them. Police just tell me when you arrive, you're going to find a VIP protection at the airport, and then these are other 3 VIP protectors with you. So the reason why Chauke and Kari are known to me is because before East London, they've been on my body for quite some time. I don't have to know them. They are subs. They are men of cloth. They are trustworthy. As long as they are known to the principals and the principals say to me, this is what goes on, my job is to comply and trust subs with those responsibilities.
If this person was in the area where he says he was, cars parked, as you stated, behind the stadium, could he have witnessed, I'm asking you, could he have witnessed what transpired if the shots were fired on the stage, if he was where he say he was?
A policeman has got ears of a dog. If a firearm was to be shot here, policemen by their instinct will hear there's something wrong. And they will dare to follow up as to, are we still on course or is there a problem? So as a VIP protector, had he had things that are funny and intimidating, surely he was going to pay attention, to look at the direction of his colleagues, to see if there is danger coming so that he can prepare himself. was not sleepy. He doesn't say in that statement he was sleeping.
Could he have seen if he was in that area where the cars were parked behind the stadium? Could he have seen if those shots were fired when it was fired?
Your Worship, I wouldn't know. But the fact of the matter is the police officer was there with me, right next to the stage where I was, looking after the cars, whereas his colleagues were with me on the stage.
He says he didn't see anything.
I can't be bothered by police. I have to deliver a 2-hour speech at that time. That's what goes through my head. My security, who does what, it is their duty. They get paid for that. I get paid for giving a speech. Let's all do our jobs. It's not my job to look at where police are and what they are doing. They will give a report if something goes wrong with that body, which they are assigned to look after. So you now want to make me a supervisor of police. I must now look after them instead of them looking after me. It's not my duty.
I understood your evidence correctly yesterday was that 4 police bodyguards were always with you. You even said when you go to the toilet, these people will be with you.
I've never said 4 bodyguards were always with me. I said these are bodyguards and they are assigned to a body. When you go to a toilet, they are there. It can't be all 4 of them. Obvious. I mean, they assign each other's responsibilities. I was just saying to the court, I had subs with me. As to which one was in the car, which one was on the stage, their pocketbook will tell. But subs was there. And it is not in dispute, Your Worship, that I had police with me.
Well, now that we have managed to watch this video, let us have a conversation. Because sometimes we need to understand things for what it is. And we need to say things for what it is as well. Because we don't need to be misled by people because we did not pay attention to 1 or 2, 3 things. We all know this case what it's all about. We all know that this case, it is all about people who want to destroy Julius Malema with his political party. We all know that this case, it is about Julius Malema against the people who don't want to see the unity of Africans, against people who don't want to see Africa continent developing, against people who want to continue slavering South Africans in 21st century. So therefore, anyone who will come and try to stand on their way will become as their enemy. Julius Malema, he have understood all this. He have understood that this is what's going to happen soon or later. Julius Malema was aware that these are something that I'll have to face from my oppressors.
When we joined the struggle, we knew this is part of the journey we're going to travel. We're not complaining. We got an opportunity to present our side of the story, and we hope that the court will arrive at a proper conclusion.
And you were quite bold in saying that the AfriForum is after you, after your family, after your dignity. Why? Why do you think they're after you?
The AfriForum is threatened by anyone who's advocating for a seat on the table for African people. Once you advocate the struggle for Africans to be equal to the white man, you become the enemy of AfriForum, whose interest is to defend and protect white privilege. And that's why at every turn, when they get an opportunity to discredit the leadership of the EFF, they do so even when they've got no evidence.
Again, someone as a Julius Malema, he was well trained and well prepared about all these kind of things to come. And he knew very well that the worst is up to come. But thanks God, the man, he exposed all these people with their affairs inside the courts. when he was being given a chance for him to defend himself or to explain the court what had happened on that day. This is not the first time that Julius Malema is trying to defend himself in such a way. For those who have watched Julius Malema before inside the court, you will understand that the man, he just know how to play his game. The man, he know how to represent himself. Julius Malema, he know how to talk to the point that he even make the job of his advocates, the defender advocates, he make that job to become even more easy. You just watch this video until the end, you will notice that there is not any particular place or part of this video where you hear the defender advocate trying to interrupt or subject to what the state advocate has been saying or questioning Julius Malema's questions. Do you know why? Because Julius Malema was just like, mwah. He was so good in what he was saying, the way he was placing his words, the way he was giving his answer. He was just so good to the point that he ended up leaving the state advocate speechless. You saw at a certain point whereby after Julius Malema had given his answer to the question which was being asked, he chose to keep quiet. The state advocate just went off and kept quiet because he was running out of words. He did not know what to say else. At a certain point, Julius Malema had to expose him and show on how incapacitated this man is by telling him the facts of the things that had happened so far. And you also how this advocate had to come that, no, Mr. Malema, we need to keep our mutual respect. Mutual respect. Well, Julius Malema said that I'm not disrespecting you. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth because what is happening here, it is you against me. You just want to make a name out of me so that everyone will be like, ah, this is the man who condemned Julius Malema. So that people will say that, ah, this is the state advocate that was helping the state in order for Julius Malema to be found guilty. So, Julius Malema have done so good when it comes to represent himself on this case. Which are other cases that Julius Malema have done good? Almost all of them, whenever he took stand. There are some of the cases where Julius Malema, he refused even for them to implicate other witness, but he had to take it as a witness and represent himself. Now, the message in all this is that the AfriForum, they should understand that their chance in order for them to put Julius Malema down, it is this fewer. They are wasting their time, they are wasting their money for nothing. They should have realized already that Julius Malema is more clever than they expected. They should understand that Julius Malema is not that kind of a person who can just fool and go away from it. He's a man who knows how the law works. That's why you see he's even well surrounded by lawyers from different activities, whether it is within his political party or whether it is within his environment. He have lawyers. He recently even took some of them, he take them to court, in parliament. I'm referring to Busisiwe Mkhwebane. Having someone like Busisiwe Mkhwebane, obviously, these are people who are helping them. For an example, you guys, you see the EFF with Julius Malema distancing themselves from all this, saying that no, they're not going to be part of this GNU. It's not for nothing. It's not for nothing. You heard even Julius Malema saying that we are not desperate for position. Because whether we like it or not, those who participate in this government of national unity, they'll have something to benefit from it at the end of the day. Some they'll get ambassadors, some they'll get ministers, some they'll get municipalities, so they'll benefit in one way or other way. Because the ANC is going to share the cake with them. That's why you see the DA, they are celebrating like no one's business. Because they know that they have succeeded to separate the ANC with other political parties such as the EFF and the MK. So the AfriForum should know already that Taking someone like Julius Malema down inside the court is not going to be that easy, because the man is clever enough, he understands the law, he knows how to defend himself. So I don't know why they keep on insisting, trying to take him down, why they want to pull him down, even though they can see that this is very hard for them. That is another sign of showing that no, they are fighting a battle that they know very well that they're not going to win. They want to pull Julius Malema down. They want to destroy his career as a politician. They want to do all these things, but yet they keep on failing. They can even go and hire their own judges, white judges, racist judges, who can come and defend them, but yet Julius Malema is still beating them. Do you know why? Because he knows all the strategy and tactics that he can apply. For example, when you see them asking that, no, we want this court case to be televised, it's because they want people to see for themselves what is happening there, so that no one should not come and relate to them and tell them that, no, okay, Julius Malema was being condemned for 1, 2, 3 reasons. Now that Julius Malema get that opportunities, he end up telling the whole entire world of what happened. And he bring the solid evidence in front of this judge. Then the state is bringing the evidence, for an example, of going to collect some statement of the police who were assigned to protect Julius Malema on that day. And he had the courage to bring it to the court. Yet he is not able to bring the police to the court. Through that same statement that he bring to the court, you find out that no, all the police, no one acknowledge or agree to say or admit, if I have to put it in that way, by saying that no, Julius Malema of the EFF, they have done something illegally on that day. All of them, they said that there was nothing wrong. The state went on and bring some people who had to come, the experts who had to come and tell whether it was danger for EFF to shoot in the hair like that or what. Everyone was like, no, there's nothing wrong with that. Especially, they had to make it more clear in front of the court that there is no such things like illegal if someone is having a toy gun. A toy is a toy. So Julius Malema had exposed the incapacity of this state lawyer. Now we are going to see the capacity or incapacity of this judge now that everything is seated right in front of a table. Is she going to go and give up to these oppressors who want to destroy Julius Malema? Because guys, whether we like it or not, we are talking about a man who was seeing himself already inside the union building. Now, instead of going inside the union building, he ended up finding himself outside the union building. Especially, he ended up finding himself inside the magistrate court. You can't imagine how this can be affecting him. After spending millions of money to organize campaign in different parts of the country, and then this is what you are getting back. But above all, the public, they have heard from Julius Malema. They can see what the men have said, and they can see what the men have done. Let's just hope that this judge will do things in the right way. In case if they fail to do things in the right way, well, the future will judge them some days. I think that will be all, guys. It was very important that we come here and try to talk about this, to show you on how possible it is that it is not all about you going to the school, but you can still also make it. You can still be able to defend yourself properly, especially if you are innocent. You can still be able to defend yourself in any matters that can come against you. And that's what Julius Malema did. Thank you so much. Before you leave, make sure that you hit your like button. Give us your thumbs up. We really do appreciate that. And if you find something beneficial in this video, before you leave, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, so that whenever we're here live, we'll be able to get a notification as well. That will be all for now. Continue to be yourself, be good, be kind, have respect for everyone in order for you to be respected. May God bless you all. I'll see you again very soon. Ciao, ciao.